We all know how dominant Jordan and the Bulls were, but what if they were in the modern era? Obviously they're old as dirt, so they wouldn't be able to keep up with these guys, but what if we took players from today's game and turned them into the Bulls in 96? So that's what I did here today. I took players that play similar and have same styles as that team and put them on one team together. So here's the roster I came up with. We got Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler as Scottie Pippen and MJ. I'm not sure who is who, you know what I mean? Like Kawhi could be Scottie Pippen, but I think he's a little bit too good to be Scottie Pippen. And Jimmy Butler's not as good as Jordan. But, you know, his playoff run, if you only took him against the Bucks, I mean, that's Michael Jordan right there, I would say. As a Bucks fan, I'm scarred for life, so I guess he can be our MJ, and Kawhi can be Scottie, even though he is higher overall. So then we got Draymond Green as Dennis Rodman. I mean, the rebounding is not the same level, but I think he does similar things on the floor, and he is a kind of a wild card out there. And then we got Marcus Smart for Ron Harper. I mean, I never really watched Ron Harper that much, but before going to the Bulls, his stats were really good, and then he dropped off as soon as he got to the Bulls. Obviously, he's playing with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. When I was looking up some of the comparisons between these players, Smart was one of the names I seen, so I went with him. Then I had Tobias Harris for Tony Kukoc. This was one I thought of myself. I didn't see any comparisons to the two players, but I think they are similar in some ways. Then we have Daniel Gafford for Luke Longley. I mean, they don't have the same build at all, really. Longley's like a couple inches taller, and he's just built bigger, I think. But I looked at the stats, and they're actually very similar from how Gafford played this year and then how Luke Longley played in the 96 year. Then for Steve Kerr, we have Luke Kennard. I couldn't really get a good fit for him, but I mean, we're looking at some of the best shooters in the league, and Luke Kennard is one of them. Steve Kerr was one of those back in the day, but the stats really don't match at all. Obviously, Luke Kennard is a couple inches taller, but it is what it is. Then the last key player on that roster was Bill Wennington. We have DeAndre Jordan for him. I really don't know much about Bill Wennington, so it's like he's an old big man that's not going to get much minutes. Yeah. And those are the only 8 guys I took because those are the only guys that played more than 15 minutes a game on that team back then. So I figured that was good enough. So here's the lineup that they're going to be running here. Marcus Smart, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi, Draymond, and Gafford. And then the bench is pretty decent too with those last 3 players. I mean, DeAndre Jordan isn't much of a player. I think I'm going to give him 10 minutes. So I did keep people on their original teams. Like Jimmy Butler is still on the Heat. Kawhi is still on the Clippers. So I just cloned them basically. We're off to a pretty good start though. 10-3 or 12-3 now. Okay. Now I'm just realizing I didn't do shot tendency, so I'm actually going to have Marcus Smart take less shots. I think oh my god, I accidentally just decreased his layup stat, but hopefully that's okay. So yeah, Marcus Smart, he needs to be at a 60 at max. Draymond's got to be nothing, because Rodman didn't shoot much at all. Tobias, he can be a 75. Gafford, yeah, he's got to be nothing too. Maybe 40. Kennard, I mean, he can shoot a little bit, but not much. Looking at this box score, this is a pretty good one. We had Michael Jordan, obviously, 37, 6, and 6. And Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard, obviously, 20, 30, 3, and 5. That's pretty realistic stat lines here. Except for, I guess, Rodman. Draymond has the playmaking ability over Rodman, obviously, but that's why I got Gafford too. I think he has better rebounding ability than for Longley, for example, so that can kind of help out Draymond because he's going to be slacking there. So Jimmy's actually an all-star captain. That's actually really surprising. He did take his partner Scottie Pippen or Kawhi Leonard, but that's actually really surprising. Usually you don't see that happen with Jimmy Butler. Look at the numbers at the all-star break here. 29 points for Jimmy, 7 and 7 basically. That's pretty realistic. It's kind of like a LeBron style line almost, but Kawhi also doing a lot of the same things there. Tobias Harris, pretty good year. And then Draymond just doing a little bit of everything. I like that from him. Yeah, but right now we're 37 and 18. That's pretty good, but it's not great, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens here. So Ja wins the MVP. Oh, for Jimmy. I'm so upset about that one. Not really. It doesn't really matter to me. We're not going for MVPs out here. We're going for the championship. But the Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year. Why does he have that cut? I'm not sure. Chris Paul, 6th man. We don't really care about this stuff, do we? However, both guys did make the first team. Let's see their end of the year stats real quick. Jimmy finished with 29, basically the same stats as at the break. Kawhi, similar stuff too as well. Great year from both guys. Well, let's see if they can do it in the playoffs. We ended up being the 2 seed to Boston. Obviously, they got their 2 wings. We got our 2 wings, though, so I'm confident against a team like Boston. Well, I don't know, actually, because they got Miles Bridges, too. So, and Bojan somehow. What happened, dude? They actually traded for Miles Bridges. I forgot, yeah, because he's on the Hornets. They traded Banton and a pick, and they got Brogdon off the team for Bojan, so They have less guard depth though, so that's a plus. So we got the Cavs in the first round. This is a tough team to face in the first round for sure. Let's see how it goes though. Sim game by game, because I'm kind of nervous honestly, but the Bulls dominate that one. 60 points. That's actually realistic, because you know Michael Jordan had that one game in the first round. He lost that game, but still. And that's a Rodman stat line, besides the assist actually. But 0 points, but making a difference in the game. I like that. But what a game. And then Kawhi triple-double. He's only got like 1 in his career maybe. I'm actually, I forget if it's 1 or nothing. But that's crazy. They do take game 2 though, so this is not great. Jimmy had himself a night, but Kawhi did not. Game 3, we do take that one though. We won by 11. Jimmy Butler, another nice game. He's having a great playoff so far. And they take game 2, so it's tied up at 2-2. Another great game from Jimmy, but Kawhi is not coming to the table. That's a great decision I made by putting him as a Scotty role. Alright, come on. We can't lose in the first round. We do win that game. Jimmy Butler, another amazing performance. 48. He's recreating what he did against the Bucks, which is pain for my eyes. But come on, we're wrapping up in 6 here. Let's just go simcast in case it's close. It'll be nice to jump in a game. But no, it looks like it might not be close here. Actually, they're coming back a little bit. But yeah, it wasn't close. The Cavs kind of blow us out a little bit. It's not great. This could be it for us. Game 7 against the Cavs, and the Cavs are off to a great start. There's no way we lose in the first round. Michael Jordan never did that, right? I'm kidding, he did, but I'm just joking. But the Bulls are off to a great fourth quarter there, and we actually win the game. Great stuff. This time Kawhi stepped up majorly. Both, look at these guys, combine their numbers, that's insane. They're carrying a huge workload, but they got 76 points, 14 rebounds, 16 assists, and then 8 steals as well. But turnovers are okay. Their efficiency was great though. We got the Knicks up next. Oh gosh, this should be a better matchup though, I think. Game 1, the Knicks take it. Not great there, but Kawhi came to play at least. Game 2, they're up 2-0 on us. Wow, was not expecting that. Julius Randle just had 53 on Draymond. Like, how do you allow that, Draymond? He almost had a triple-double, but 5 blocks too. Like, what? How did he? Oh, he fouled out the game. Maybe Randle had a late dominance there. We need to win this one. It's big, and we down 3-0 and by 1 point. That's painful right there, dude. Or even Marcus Smart had a great game. This could be it. Yeah, okay, at least we won a game. Can we spark a little comeback here? What another great game from the big 3, I guess. You can count Tobias Harris in that. Alright, I guess we gotta hop into simcast even though we're down 3-1. But no team's ever come back from 3-0 until us, maybe. We got Michael Jordan. Well, kinda. And yeah, we didn't do it. We will sim another year though and see if we can retain everybody. And the Timberwolves actually won the finals. How did they manage to do that? They got Clint Capella instead of... Wait, what? They just added another center. And I guess the big ball worked out somehow. I'm not sure. Alright, so we couldn't retain the team, so I just started to do it again. But this time, I made Jimmy Butler a little bit better on the offensive end. And then I made Draymond Green a better rebounder, so it's more realistic to their play styles. But you know what's crazy? Jimmy Butler had a 79-shot mid-range, which I thought was just so stupid. But now it's 94. I'm also going to hire Stauffer instead of Billy Donovan because... he's closer to Phil Jackson, probably, you'd say. Budenholzer's out there, but I think I'm going to get Stauffer. Dude, last season, somehow we had 4.5 stars, but now we don't even have that. And we have a better coach and better players, so I don't know how that happened, but let's sim the season. So Ja wins the MVP once again. We couldn't get Jimmy or Kawhi to win that one, but however, both in the first team again. And look at those numbers this year. Crazy numbers from Jimmy Butler, about the same from Kawhi. But look at that, Jimmy Butler, those are Michael Jordan-esque numbers. These are a little bit more like Rodman. Obviously the assists are even higher than last year, I'm pretty sure, but about 10 rebounds a game is a lot better. But obviously Jimmy's improved, and that's about it, honestly. We are still the 2 seed once again. I think we won a couple more games this year, but the Celtics still got the edge on us, and they got Christian Wood. Wow, they always just get these players. I don't know how they do it. Simulate the round. I'm confident this time. We sweep the Pacers. That was not really a competition right there. The Sixers are only a 6 seed though. That's kind of surprising. And the Hawks, I guess, are good in this game. But let's see how we do against them. Simulating the round because I'm confident. Okay, I shouldn't have been that confident. I should kind of look at the box scores. But I want to kind of wrap this up. But Draymond Green, nice game. We got to go to Simcat. No, we don't. What am I doing? We're going to win this game in 6. No, we're not. Okay. Jimmy Butler, that was not very good of you, man. How would you only shoot 14 shots? What are you doing? You didn't get to the line one time the whole game? I guess this team was not up to the standards of the 96 Bulls. Come on, will us to a victory, Jimmy Butler, aka Michael Jordan. India's blew a lead. We gotta hop in, but it's not looking good, honestly. Let's see if it works out for them, though. Draymond shooting the free throw, and he breaks the heck out of it, dude. They're gonna need every point they can get, and he just missed that one. He makes the second, though, so they have a shot. They need to stop, though. Harden against Smart. Smart's a great defender. He almost just lost them. They find Melton against Jimmy Butler. He should be able to shut that down pretty easily. They find Harden once again, and they get it to Embiid. That's the matchup they don't want. And they find, oh my gosh, they get it to go. Do the Bulls have any life in them? They're going to need a big shot here from one of their stars. They find Marcus Smart. That's not a star. Why are they just playing give and go or handoff? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Kawhi, big shot. He makes it. Okay, it's a game. They're going to have to play a foul game or get a steal. So they foul James Harden. That's not the best person to foul, I'll be honest here, but we'll see what works out. And he misses it. Okay, they have a shot. They do have a shot. Can he miss both of them? That would be huge for the Bulls. You don't. They still can get a 3 here, though, so I'm interested who's going to shoot it. I'd assume Kawhi. He's a better 3, I'm assuming. But they're actually going to take a layup. Or not. What even was that shot? And they can't get the rebound. Draymond Green's rebound is so high, and they couldn't get the rebound, dude. Are you serious? So they failed. Is it a failure on my part? Because I picked these players. Maybe a little bit. But I think I built a pretty good roster here. But I don't know, they just didn't perform like I thought they would. However, if you guys did enjoy this one, please be sure to like it and sub. I want to do another one like this, like choosing an old team that we can kind of remake in this era. That'd be kind of fun. I'm thinking like maybe a Lakers team from back in the day. We have like we can put LeBron at point guard so he can kind of be Magic. That'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.